There we go.
Thank you. So just going through this really quickly, we have a short commercial that we are going to show from Empire Blue Cross Blue Shield. We just want to be sure that you are aware of the plans that we have. We will hear from the chamber. We'll also have a word from T at the Bronx Collab. And then we will go through our small businesses to hear from them, what they offer and do. And then we will have a chat from a partner of the chamber in regards to e-commerce. We also have a raffle that's really fun, and then we'll do Q&A, and then we'll do the breakout room. So just so that you know, the breakout rooms is where these small businesses will be. You can go to any room that you choose and find out more about their products and or services. So feel free to do that. We want to entice people to buy today. So if you have your wallet on you, I hope you do, and you want to purchase something, this is the time to do it. If not, we want to ensure that you know how to find these folks. They're happy to help you navigate their small business. So Francisco and Sarah, if you want to introduce yourselves, please do.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Francisco, and I'm the membership manager here with the Bronx Chamber of Commerce. This is a great opportunity that Brandy, Sarah, and myself have been working pretty hard to get everyone together and make sure that we shed some spotlight on our businesses that work in the e-commerce space. After the pandemic, we've seen a lot of opportunities through this e-commerce space, as well as the real, this new side of business, I think, is something that shed a lot of light on what could be for businesses, whether they're looking to spread into the physical space with a normal standard brick and mortar store, or if they want to carry on through this internet space as well. With that being said, I would be happy to talk with anyone about the Bronx Chamber services, including our membership, sponsorship, and any events that we have going on as well in order for you to get networking. We're happy to have you all this morning, and I'd like to also introduce my colleague, Sarah Benizio, with me today.
Good morning, everyone. So excited to be here. This has been a labor of love, and it's a fabulous opportunity to see our amazing entrepreneurs come together. Quick word, I firsthand experienced the many challenges and also triumphs of putting together an e-commerce site for my family's business. Prior to joining the chamber, I represented my family's business, Metro Optics, which has 4 brick and mortar locations in the Bronx. And in 2015-ish, my dad, who's the COO, said, we need to be online. There's Warby Parker's and all these other businesses that are creating online, sales for eyewear. We have to get in on it. And so that was really an endeavor, because you're not just selling, static items and shipping them out. You actually have to do online virtual try on and other opportunities for people to buy. So it's very much the type of thing where it was challenging, and it was customized with a developer. So I really had the opportunity to go through that and see what it takes. And things have changed, platforms have evolved, but I know what you've all gone through, and we appreciate what it takes to get your business online. And we want to offer you some resources today for others to do the same, and to hear your stories and your journeys. So thank you for being with us, and we'll talk to you in a bit.
Thank you. So hopefully we'll hear more from them when it's their turn to chat. So we have a quick icebreaker we want to go through. Anybody feel free to unmute to see what they think the answer may be. Francisco, do you want to help us with the first question?
Sure, I could do that. So this first question is, what do you believe the percentage of small businesses are owned by an operated by a single individual? If
You can
I
also
had to
throw it in the
guess,
chat if you don't want to
yeah,
talk.
Big
if I,
percentage.
big percentage, yeah. I'm saying at least 40, I would say.
Let's see what the chat
Martha says
says.
50.
50.
Hi, Martha.
All right, the answer is 70. So that's a huge amount of people. So people are out there either having a full-time job and trying to float like a side hustle and trying to make that into their hustle. So don't be afraid to get out there. There's tons of people doing it. The next one, Francisco.
Yeah, what is the percentage of American shops? What percentage of Americans shop at small businesses at least once a week?
35%.
Anyone else have any guesses? We'll take another guess. There's something in the chat.
Say 20.
I'd hope this one was higher.
I'd say 80%.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say at least 80 myself as well.
91%, you guys. So the market is huge for y'all. Like, it's massive. So that means get out there, keep doing what you're doing. There's money to be made. People want to support. I know Amex has a small business program. You see the stickers everywhere on bodegas and small businesses. So hopefully the chamber can help you access those resources. The last one, how can you support the growth of a small business? Like a post, write a review, tell a friend, or all of the mention. Which one, guys?
All of the mention.
Right. Yes.
And buy something.
Yes, that too. Yes. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna, so I just quick contact information. If you are a small business owner or you are the only owner and don't have health insurance, we have a plan for you. We do also have a small business plan, but that's a total different line. So you may fall under our individual plans. So take a screenshot of this. If you need, call her. She's amazing. Her locations are here, as well as the other ones that we have around town. If you also see this little bus here, this small COV, go into it. You can get a plan there too. So you don't have to go online if you're confused. We understand it's confusing. I work here. I call every year, like, so what is my plan? What does a co-pay mean? Why? I don't get it. So we are here to help. So I'm going to share a short video.
Can you put those details in the chat too?
The what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The contact details that you
Oh,
just
yes,
showed.
yes, absolutely. All right, can everybody see this YouTube screen?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
At Empire, we're proud of the legacy we've built. As the oldest health plan in New York, we've been here for families like yours for over 80 years. We know they mean everything, and you'll do anything to help keep them healthy. When you're part of our family, we do the same for you. We've built a strong network of thousands of doctors and specialists who understand your needs and speak your language, so you get the best care possible right in your own neighborhood. From your baby's first doctor visits to your yearly wellness visit to finding ways to eat healthy meals, our benefits help you and yours stay healthy. Focus on your family. and leave the rest to us.
Learn more at empireblue.com/info or call 1-844-430-1699.
在 Empire， 我们知道您的家人就是我们的一切，您也将尽一切努。
All right, we have different languages. So if you speak anything else, or you know anybody who does, think of us still. We can help you. I'm gonna put this screen back up so you guys may be able to take a screenshot of our QR code. This also will lead you to our website where you can kind of navigate, get some information. Don't be shy, take a picture. Yep, I see you, Starlene, go ahead. And Melinda. And then I will, of course, while we're doing some other stuff, I'll throw the contact in the chat as well. Great. Bronx, if you guys want to go ahead, take the wheel.
Gotcha, I could do that. As I was mentioning earlier, again, thank you all for being here, but our membership packages and our membership benefits is something that I think anyone would be interested in. We start our packages at our director's circle, and you can find even more information about this on our website at bronxchamber.org, as well as just giving me a call or sending an email to our membership email. That's membership@bronxchamber.org. I'll also leave the details of my personal information, so that way you all can just get directed to me. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Again, we have plenty of resources here with the Bronx Chamber of Commerce from our members and also our programs. You're going to hear a bit about one of our members, the Bronx Collab space, later, as well as one of our program assistants, Rigel, with the NYC Small Business Resource Network. It's just showing a little bit about what we can do for your business in terms of assistance. I understand that e-commerce space, as I was mentioning earlier, is relatively new. Whether you are working, you're going to hear plenty of stories today as well from the business owners who are working in this space. And I think it's going to be unique for you in the audience to hear whether you're thinking about entering this new space, are already in this e-commerce business space, or if you're looking to venture into from brick and mortar into this. I'm happy to go on in terms of all the opportunities that we have here at the Chamber, including some of our events. We put on networking events in order for people to get a good idea of our Bronx business community. Even if you're online, you're still here in the Bronx. So I think it's a good opportunity for all businesses to become a part of our Bronx Business Network.
Great.
Well said.
We have a great story from Sarah. Just be mindful of time so we can get to our business.
Absolutely. I want everyone else to have the spotlight. I just wanted to say that I think the pandemic really shone a light on the importance of being online, whereas prior to that, we didn't have a public health emergency to make us think that way. But when the time came, the e-commerce site that I had built out for our eye care business, which was, again, very difficult to customize and have specialized development for, in order that you could actually virtually try on frames as well as order them and get them for shipping, and lenses, and very specialized. So that was a process that occurred in the years leading up to the pandemic. We had it built. The hands-on, customer service that the company is known for really made it so that the online sales were just not a big part of the revenue line items until everything got shut down and we were down to one location by appointment only. And we said, how are we going to reach people who may need to just, they sat on their glasses and they need to, order, and they want it shipped because we were in lockdown. And so having that e-commerce arm of the company, the extension, was vital. So I think that anybody who would maybe thinking about the importance of being online, we all realized that the time was circa March 2020 to really to really get it off the ground. So we, now that here we are and what are hopefully the waning days of the pandemic. And here at the Chamber, there's so much opportunity to learn. We have so many workshops. This is, one very unique setup in which we have, our panelists / exhibitors who are going to share their stories. We want there to be a lot of learning and opportunity for sales and connection as well. Something that is important to note about the Bronx Chamber of Commerce, while we do have a membership base, who are dues paying members, we have many programs that are open to the business community at large. The aforementioned Small Business Resource Network, you're going to hear from Rigel, who is amazing about the open and online program and other resources. We also have MWBE certification. If you're eligible and a good fit for that, we highly recommend it. And we offer hand-holding certification services here. We have a number of other initiatives, and our events are almost all open to anybody. It's just you might have a slight difference in member versus non-member ticket, and most of our workshops are as well. So you get to kind of come in and taste before you buy, so to speak. But I think everybody could benefit from becoming part of a community as strong as ours, and we're happy to talk about that.
Can I ask you, Sarah, for your family's company, did y'all see aside from sustaining you through the pandemic, did you see any growth curve at all? Like, did you find that more people knew about your brand because you went online, because you did those things?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. And, it wasn't like a deluge of sales, so to speak. We did have that one location that remained open, and a lot of people, if they needed repairs, they couldn't do that over online or anything, or an emergency eye exam. There's certain things you still can't do. But as far as awareness building, brand building, the ability to order backup pairs and things like that, we definitely saw some amazing growth there. So not that I want to salute it as amazing, because we were in such a dark time, but just purely from it helped. So thank you all for being here, and can't wait to hear from our businesses.
Thank you. So T, it is your turn if you want to introduce yourself and let us hear a little more about the Bronx Collab.
Sure. Hi, community. Happy Thursday. So I am T. I am a nonprofit coach and the owner here at the Bronx Collab. I know a lot of talking has already happened, and I really want to shine the spotlight on the panelists that will be coming, so I won't talk too much, but I do want to echo a few things after I share about the business. So the Bronx Collab is it's more than a space. It's not just, good morning, LaShawn. It's more than a space. It is a community. We are a small business. Our literal reason that we exist is because we promote collaboration and community. So that means that we use our space, our network, and our resources to promote collaboration and community. We open up the space for co-working for entrepreneurs and other professionals. And we do cool things like pantries, pop-up shops, community fairs. We have space and we use it, right? I think that during the pandemic, we were not able to use the space, but we were able to use the space. We wrapped our arms around the community, and that's how we use the space, right? So we heard earlier that I think it was like 70% of people who are solopreneurs, right, doing their things on their own. Can I tell you that it does not have to be that way for you? You can join a community, you can join a network, grab you a mentor, grab you a business buddy. My business buddy is on this. His name is Walter from the Bronx Bodega. He's my business buddy. We just hang out, we strategize together, we create marketing schemes, we collaborate on events. So I think that although I don't want to take up too much space, I want to use my space to encourage all of the business owners here, all of the entrepreneurs, all of the professionals to build a business community. The Bronx Collab would not have survived without tapping into our business communities, tapping into Francisco in particular at the Chamber. He's just very resourceful, very helpful. I see some claps, so y'all know what I'm saying. But don't be afraid to tap into a business community. I know it looks great to be like a solopreneur with your cape on, doing everything on your own, but that's giving burnout. that's giving burnout. So I'm gonna need us to give expansion, resources, so that we can continue to water ourselves and our communities. So you can check the Bronx Collab out online, www.thebronxcollab, or IG. I already put it in the chat. But just remember, build that, Coach T says, build that business community. And with that, I am out.
Thank you so much, T. Yes, please go to her Gram. There's tons of stuff that she does. You can see her space in case you need to go and sit and have a coffee or meeting. It looks amazing. So please don't forget about her. So now we're gonna go through the highlights. We're hopefully, if she's still here, Crazy, Kandy, and Cars, we're gonna have you go first, and please be mindful. You guys each have 2 to 3 minutes. I will be your faithful time keeper. So when I raise my hand, that means, right? Okay.
I got you.
And I'm
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Good morning, everyone. My name is Azalea Ginyard. I am the co-owner of Kandy and Cars, LLC, alongside my husband, Carl Ginyard. I am introducing my business today. We are your local Bronx hobby shop and candy store. Yes, we got established in 2020 during the pandemic. We didn't establish a launch until 2021. It's been a roller coaster of a year, but our e-commerce store is up and running. It's making money. We're excited. We're actually going for the MWBE again. We are excited. Also, we are trying to expand and go into a brick and mortar. So we are home-based. We have 2 different locations in our home that we utilize. He does the hobby grade car repairs and customizations. And I do the candy store baskets and customizations. We're about customization pretty much. No 2 baskets are the same. No 2 cars are the same. He also built these from scratch, from nothing. So he's very good at his craft. I would like to pitch a health initiative for mental health and weight loss. So we got a lot going on. We're excited. I lost 47 pounds walking the trails up here in the Bronx. And I'm excited to get more people out. You know, when you are overweight, you're down and the pandemic is on you, it's hard, you know. So I would like to get more people out for a mental health initiative and for a weight loss initiative. And we would like to get the city to help us get some RC cars, some crawlers, something small and slow, and take it slow, 1 trail at a time. Thank you. That's my time. This is Kandy and Cars, LLC. You can find us at kandyandcars.com. That's Kandy with a K.
Thank you so much. We will try to share her site in the breakout room. She does have to go, so this is your time now. If you want to throw a question in the chat, please, so we can move on to the next person. Next, I think Kirsty, would you like to go? I think you also have some time restraints, so we'll let you go as well. If you want to share your screen, feel free.
Okay, thank you. Can you see?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kirsty. I'm the founder of Miranda Wrights Bookstore. We are an online and pop-up based bookstore here out of the Bronx, New York. With the goal really is to add another bookstore to the borough. Out of 1.5 million people, we have 1 awesome bookstore, but we understand that we are a big community and need other bookstores. And so really this was our goal in mind. I spent a lot of the pandemic focusing on this and how to make this come to life. Present day, we operate online and we do pop-ups all over the borough. So you can shop books, audiobooks and ebooks right from our sites. We also collaborate with nonprofits and for-profit organizations to host pop-up events within their businesses. We are MWBE certified, and so we do business with the city. And we have monthly book clubs where we meet online. And as well as in person to cater to people both in the borough and outside of the borough. And that's a little bit about me. This is our website here, and I've posted it as well on the chat. I'm a Bronx born and raised resident, so happy to be here.
Thank you so much. Quick and sweet. Do
you
have a book of the month or no?
Well, we do it on our book club because then we read and we meet it. So we're doing The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley.
Very cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's do Adorn by Z, Sienna.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Brandy, and the Bronx Chamber of Commerce. I hand make gemstone jewelry, and I also started my business, which used to be a hobby for over 10, 15 years during the pandemic. So I launched my website like September 2020, right as I started full-time at the Fashion Institute of Technology. So although the pandemic definitely was tough and it was like finding some peace throughout the chaos, I was able to find a silver lining during that time. I know everyone didn't have that opportunity, but I'm grateful that I was able to dig deep and find something positive in such a troubling time. So I'm going to share my screen to first show a small little clip of a video. Let's see. You know, Facebook is.
Oh no, hit the X up on the left. Yeah. No, hit the X, yeah.
All right, so I'll just show my website instead. Here we go. So here's my website. The name of my company is Adorn by Z. Again, it's artisan gemstone jewelry that I hand make and I design myself. I make everything from earrings to bracelets to necklaces. Some things are more intricate than others. My price range is anywhere from $5 to $100 and something, depending on the type of stones that I use. I do use real gemstones. I don't use a lot of glass or plastic beads. I think it's important for sustainability reasons to use things that come from our earth. And during the pandemic, a lot of people started paying more attention to wellness and things that will make them feel good. So part of my self-care is sitting in the middle of the floor and beading. So it brings me comfort. It's very tranquil. It takes my mind off of all the other troubles that are going on in the world. And I also do a lot of custom orders. So as people need things for gifts, or if it's a birthstone, or if they're feeling a certain energy, I do try to make sure that I find those stones and talk to these people and create things specific to their needs. It brings me so much joy. I love a pop-up shop because people can actually feel the jewelry, try it on, make sure that it fits. And most of the time, my pop-up customers are repeat customers. So again, thank you so much for this opportunity. I would love to join the community, Miss T. I definitely don't necessarily need to be a solopreneur, but I understand the value of community and having a tribe. I am from Dallas, Texas, but I've been in New York for about 11 years. So I look forward to engaging with everyone.
Thank you so much, Z. Thank you. Now let me unraise my hand. And then if we want to have Art of Melush up.
Hello. Hi, so can everyone hear me? Yep, okay, cool. Yeah, so just like everybody with the pandemic, one part of the pandemic that was good for me was that because I couldn't go anywhere, I could sit down and paint. So, so the first year I just painted, but then of course ran out of money and decided I needed to have more of an online presence. I did have a website, but it was just a folio. You couldn't purchase anything through it or it wasn't monetized at all. And I had a basic, you know, Facebook, or Instagram, all that sort of thing. But I found that, you know, usually each year I do a couple of exhibitions and that's what keeps things going. And I couldn't really do that. I reached out to the amazing Francisco and he helped me out with a lot of things. And one of the things was, and Rigel, I believe, is here in the room too. They have a service that helps people with developing their websites, but also with the SEO. And for me, the SEO was really the big thing because I had my website, which I will see if I can share it. And let's see, where are you, website? Oh, well, we'll do it this way. Got too many screens open, I think. Okay, share. So the first thing starting, because I found, so I've got lots of presence online here, so you can see out of Melush, out of Melush, out of Melush. But the thing that I have found being very, very beneficial, and this was a tip from the person that helped me with the SEO, is doing a Google listing. Like you can just go into, if you've got Gmail, it's one of the options you have when you've got, you know, your Google Drive and this, that, and the other. You can do a Google business listing. It's free. And so when someone searches your business, it pops up on the side here. And I've actually gotten calls from this. Interestingly, everyone who's called me so far has said, where is your gallery? I want to come there. So now I have to really think about what I'm going to do because I work from home and I usually hire galleries to do my shows in. So Bronx Collab space, I'll be looking you up as well. Maybe we can do something together. We're going to go onto the website now. So this is my website. And then you can see, so that's where it opens up. I've got a shop. And you can go and look at different artworks through there.
Linda, do you sell prints as well as originals?
I tried to through Fine Art America, but you know, I've never really been particularly successful in selling the prints, but I would, now that I'm part of the Bronx Chamber, I would be interested in maybe talking to some of our chamber partners that are printers in looking at different prints so that then I've got them on hand. It's not like someone has to then go through another channel. I can just say, yep, I've got this many prints in stock or whatever. And that would probably be beneficial because obviously paintings cost a lot more than a print. So that would actually be really good. The other thing I did when it was the pandemic, because, you know, I'd done all this painting and I couldn't exhibit it. And I was like, what am I going to do? So I ended up doing this virtual gallery. And I've got the little chat box means I can't get
that for your breakout room.
Yeah,
thank you. This looks beautiful though.
Yeah, and I was gonna, because the little box of everyone's faces on the side, I can't get to the button, but you press on a button and it actually takes you into gallery and you can walk around and look up close and, you know, like you're inside a gallery. So it's pretty cool. But, and I think that's maybe why people are asking me where my gallery is. But there you go. So that's my experience with virtual.
Thank you. You want to unshare and then we can go to Bronx Bodega. Walter, if you're ready.
Yes, I am. First, let me start out by saying thank you to the Bronx Collab Working with you has been amazing. So big shout out to her. If you haven't checked out the Bronx Collab, come up to the North Bronx and check her out. It's a dope, it's a cool spot.
Dope is cool, yeah.
So just let me introduce myself. My name is Walter Landaverde. I'm a proud owner of a small company called the Bronx Bodega. What is the Bronx Bodega? That's a common question I get. So we don't sell sandwiches, we don't sell coffee. What we do is we create merch. So
no chopped cheese, Walter?
Maybe in the future. I have to work on the recipe. So let's see. So just to give you a little background, Bronx Bodega started as an Instagram page focused on highlighting positive businesses and events happening in the Bronx. Some of those small businesses that we admired back when we started was, the Boogie Down Grind, the Bronx Night Market, the Lit Bar, people that are doing different things for the community on a positive light. Eventually, through Instagram, we connected with some people that were doing community cleanups in different neighborhoods in the Bronx during the summer of 2020. So we met up with a gentleman named Elias Montaz, who was organizing various community cleanups. So we joined their efforts for 6 weeks during COVID, during quarantine and lockdown, and we eventually saw how important community was, and we bought the final cleanup after the 6 weeks to a local park called Shoelace Park, which is where I grew up. So yeah, we had an amazing turnout. We had kids, older people, neighboring communities come out. But then the cleanups were done. So I had the name, the Bronx Bodega, which sparked curiosity in people. And so I, kind of decided to create a logo for it. So I reached out to a graphic designer. He created a logo, which is, I don't know if you can see it here on the shirt. So it's the outline of the Bronx and then the Bronx Bodega fonts on it. So I decided to put it on a t-shirt, and then the entrepreneurial part of my brain decided, it's something sparked and said I can make some money off of this possibly. So I printed a couple more, people complimented it, and eventually looking for a way to do things on my own, I purchased the equipment to create my own shirts. Then created a website, which is thebronxbodega.com. Then I realized also that other companies might need this service. Just as far as branding is on their merchandise is concerned. So business cards work, but if you have a walking billboard, people with your name on a t-shirt, then that's something that's pretty much a win. So I can also help with that. So I would create Bronx-based apparel and also help other businesses with their apparel. So if you can visit our website, it's thebronxbodega.com. You can find out more information about our products, and also email us at info@thebronxbodega.com to see how we can help you with your branding for your company. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at The Bronx Bodega. Also, if you're interested, I set up a coupon code for 15% off of any purchases from now till next Thursday for 15%. So if you type in BX Chamber as a coupon code, you can get 15% off anything on the site. So thank you to the Bronx Chamber, and thank you to Empire for putting this together, and appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. That's wonderful. So we all get a gift to take home today. We have Soul Cacao in the room.
Hello, everyone. Hold on, let me share my video. Can everyone see me?
Yes, hello, good morning.
Good morning. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I just want to say thank you for the invitation to be able to present today on what my brothers and I are doing here in the South Bronx. Give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and share. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So I'm not gonna do the entire presentation, but I'll just give a brief intro. So my brothers and I, we founded Soul Cacao Craft Chocolates, which is the Bronx first bean to bar chocolate factory. Inspiration for the company really stemmed from my grandparents, who are originally from Trinidad and Tobago, also the country in which I was born. We actually grew up on a family estate. But it wasn't until right before high school, actually right before college, my father started sharing stories about how my great-grandparents were cacao farmers in the Caribbean. Limited to just the ability to manufacture at the time, my great-grandparents weren't able to produce any chocolates, but that's where the inspiration first stemmed for us to, take it a step further and actually learning the entire process of making chocolate from the cacao bean all the way to the finished product. A little bit about me. So I'm Daniel Maloney. I am the co-owner and chocolate maker here at Soul Cacao. I studied engineering, which is why I'm working with chocolate is very fun for me, because it's, it's like my brothers and I are constantly creating new items and figuring out ways to express chocolate. And I studied environmental economics. Since we're working with commodities sourced from farmers all around the world, who unfortunately get paid less than $1 a day. In building this business, one of the key initiatives is, making sure the money get into the hands of those farmers to preserve the unique strands of cacao around the world. Just a brief introduction, what is cacao? So cacao, there's 3,000 different varieties. But when we talk about the chocolate that we eat today, we typically eat chocolate produced from the Criollo, Forastero, and Trinitario variety. And then there's a newer one called Arriba Nacional. Cacao only grows 20 degrees north and south of the equator. So anywhere outside of this, you cannot grow the crop which produced the cacao pod from which chocolate is produced. A little bit more here, I'll share this in the breakout room, a little bit more about the history, but in short, here at the Bronx First Chocolate Factory, we only use the rarest beans. So we only work with Trinitario, which makes up 50% of annual harvest. And then we use 1% of the Criollo, which only makes up 1% of annual harvest. So in eating our chocolates, you're really eating the top tier, strands that chocolate is produced from, okay? Fun fact, cacao is only grown on the trunk of a tree, unlike most fruit trees, which grows on the branches. Inside the cacao pod, there's 60 beans, but you need 120 to 150 to make one of our chocolate bars. And then here's a picture opening a cacao pod. One fun fact is that chocolate is a fermented food. As you can see, the cacao beans need to be fermented in the picture here, which from there, after fermentation, the beans are finally dried and then packed into burlap sacks. And this is where my brothers and I come in as bean to bar makers. So here in the South Bronx, we source organic, fair traded, unroasted cacao beans, which we roast, we grind, we blend, and then we temper it into the chocolate bars in which we share with the Bronx and beyond. Initially, when we started the business, our vision was very simple. It was to produce the highest quality of chocolates. But obviously, after being in the Bronx for close to 5 years, our vision has now transformed, which is to bring more diversity into the bean to bar chocolate making community. And we do that by our mission statement, which is to inspire the next generation of chocolatiers, chocolate makers, and chocolate eaters. And we currently make 4 chocolate bars. These are the 4 right here, Madagascar and Colombia, Ecuador. And then we also do Colombia and Peru. But yes, but that's like a quick, simple introduction of who my brothers and I are. But really at the core of our business is to really create more opportunities for people who, want to work in the craft, in the manufacturing sector, who wants to be specialists out of the trade. I know there's a lot of talk about tech. as well as, you know, you have to go to college to be successful, but that might not be the best route for everyone. So we want to show people that, yes, through being a chocolate maker, being a coffee roaster, there is economic opportunity. But in order to even get to that point, I think it needs to be a lot of exposure and discussion to show that it is possible. Okay.
Thank you. Wow, like that was so cool. I wasn't expecting that. I never knew how chocolate was made. So that was awesome. You need a segment on how chocolate is made, by the way.
Thank you.
And I like the artwork on your chocolate bars. Super cool. Next up, we will have Rigel. And Rigel, just let me know if you want to share your screen. And then also after that, just be aware we're going to do a quick raffle of some Q&A. By the way, try to throw them in the chat now, and we could try to address. If you want to get a phone number, an email, a hashtag, an @ from anybody, do it now before we go into the breakout rooms. And then in the breakout rooms, if you feel free to buy, I think I may buy some chocolate today. I feel, yeah, like that looks so cool. Then that is your point of sale if you would like to. Rigel, let me know if you want to share.
Sure. Yeah, I don't have anything to share, but I just want to say first and foremost, everyone who's done today is very incredible. It's like, yeah, that last slide was crazy. So originally my part was going to be very quick, but listening to all of you speak, it gave me more ideas to just note down. So I'm gonna try to do it under 5 minutes and just explain who I am, what I do, and yeah, so we'll begin. So I am the tech specialist for the Small Business Resource Network. We had a program called Open and Online, which Melinda brought up, where she was able to get SEO guidance. And one of the reasons why the SBRN created this program, Open and Online, which unfortunately has ended since, was because we noticed that with the pandemic, a lot of people wanted to chase their dreams or just chase something that they're interested in. And what's great about having an e-commerce site is you have the opportunity to collab, have sustainability, and be independent. Each of those things have a myriad of things associated to them. For example, with collaboration, you don't need a brick and mortar store to sell your products or your services. Think of like Warby Parker, as Sarah brought up. They were an online only platform and they eventually grew. The other thing about collaborating is if you don't have a physical store, such as Melinda, you could collab with other small businesses. The reason I also want to bring up sustainability about e-commerce sites is that, again, you don't need to package all your things because we all know, it comes like Amazon stuff. One of the problems with having a large shipping company is that you are wasting a lot of fuel, a lot of cardboard, etc. So you could have things such as pickup options, pop-up shops, and you see that ties back to collaboration. And the other thing is independence. When you have your own e-commerce site, you can build it whenever you want. You can, you also save money because you don't have a store. One thing, like, sorry, my cat's like scratching something. One of the things that's great about having an e-commerce site is that a lot of people at first are like, it's about $350 a year to build one, but there's a lot of free or cheaper programs to get them. And one of the great things about the SBRN is we look for resources that are good for the business. We don't have a one size fit all policy. Like, there are things that I'm good at that I don't know the answers to, but we always try to work with other people in order to find what's best for you. So like right now, there's a Shopify opportunity, which I can share with you folks if you guys want to shoot me an email or ask the SBRN, where you get 120 days free of Shopify and you'll get one-on-one training on how to use it, how to grow your SEO. So those are resources that we try to link. How much time do I have? Okay, 2 more minutes. So, and the other thing, the thing I love about websites is that it really helps with brand recognition. One thing that's great about being a business in New York City is you kind of have that title of being a New York business. But remember, the world's like essentially your business. And just as Daniel had with his story, people love a good story, because the thing about small businesses, I feel like there's a bigger impact of small businesses from people wanting to connect with them, or seeing that the small business is connected to their suppliers and their community. You don't get that with a large company like Oreo. You buy an Oreo, you just get it from Target, you don't think much about it. But if you get a chocolate from Seoul Cacao, you're like, you're supporting a brothers that it's almost in their DNA, where they're following their great grandfather's path. They're working with local farmers and are trying to do well by them by not paying them less than $1 a day. And you would rather shop local than, you know, a big business. Like, can we stop shopping from big businesses? No, but you can at least help the environment and your community around you by supporting small businesses. So that's kind of like what we do. We just try to help businesses want to create an e-commerce site, because it's just going to help them, and also we want them to believe in themselves. So that's my quick shtick, but I hope I didn't go too long, but thank you for having me, and I look forward to seeing more people.
All right, thank you so much for that. So we are going to, if you guys have any Q&A, feel free to unmute yourself, talk amongst yourself. We have a few minutes before the breakout room is planned. So any questions for the chamber as well, like their memberships? This is also pointed, even if you aren't a small, or even if you don't have your business put together yet, you know, maybe talking to somebody who does will inspire you to start yours. I've been trying to do one for years. I'm just like too lazy. I'm just like, can I just get a virtual assistant and do it?
Well,
so I'm trying to find that inspiration, but it's just not it. And I saw my mom own a few for a long time, and that's what deters me, seeing her hard work. I'm like, I just want a boss and a check. Don't ask me no questions, you know? So hopefully this will inspire you. I know it has inspired me to just hurry up and do it. I have a site that's almost there. You know, everything is just in pieces. I have a name, legal Zoom, everything. It's just, there's nothing to show for it. So if you need the space, this is the time to talk open and free, and then we'll do the raffle.
I had a question. I wanted to ask Rigel, I know he said that they provide a Shopify for people who are starting theirs, but if you already have one, do they have support for that also?
Great question. So from what I'm seeing, they do. It's a Shopify collab with Afropunk, which is a Slay concert that happens almost every summer. But I believe one of the offers is like a one-on-one training on like how to manage your business. If you want to jot down your email, I will send you the resource link and let me know how it helps. And if not, I can also do some research to find out more about that. Because again, it changes every other quarter. So, but yeah, great question.
Do you have any like startup workshops that are coming up by chance or planned? And I'm talking to the chamber as well. Anything you guys, you know, may do in the future for folks like me who just need that last push, or folks that are already in the first stages and need a little more resources? Or anybody on this call?
Not on the current schedule specifically to that. I know that down the road a bit, they've planned out our events calendar for the next several months. So I'm going to put our events calendar link in the chat. I encourage anybody who's interested in getting more involved to just bookmark it and check back frequently. You can feel free to get on our email list, of course, where we push out those notices, and you can keep an eye on those, or just periodically visit the calendar and see what we have going on. It's not just chamber events, it's also our partners. Rigel actually represents the Small Business Resource Network out of Manhattan, because that is a citywide program run out of all 5 borough chambers of commerce. So if there's anybody on here, just wanted to say that. I think we might have some Manhattanites that you could connect with him as well, and we could take care of the BX. So I'm going to put that in the chat.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, bye.
Melinda and Arlene, I hope to see you at a future event soon. Take care.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, ciao.
Great.
Thank you.